All right, number 23. Near the end of a US cable news show, the host invited viewer to respond to a poll on the show's website that asked, do you support a new federal policy discussed during the show? At the end of the show, the host reported that 28% responded yes, and 70% responded no. Which of the following best explain why the results are unlikely to represent the sentiments of the population of the United States? Okay, so why is this, in other words, why is this not a good representation, right? Why can't we use this result to represent all the people in the US? Okay, well, so let's think about this. The major reason is, you see, the sample that we're selecting is not a good representation of everybody in the whole country, right? Because we only ask people, right, at the end of this news show or only ask the viewers of this one show, right? And we put them on the website and ask them the question. So you see, not everybody in the country will watch this show, right? And then, also people who volunteer to respond, right? It's not a good representation of everybody because usually those who has a stronger opinion are more likely to respond to a poll like this. Okay, so this is not a random sample from all the people in the country, right? So some people in the country might never heard of this show. Okay, so the sample that was selected is not a good representation the people in the whole country. Okay, so let's go through the answers and see which ones offers the best explanation. A says the percentage not add up to 100%. So any possible conclusion from are invalid. That's not, although that's a true statement, but again, that's not the biggest issue here, right? They could, it doesn't add up to 100%, could happen because you might have some people that have no opinion, right? Things like that. But that's not the biggest issue here. B says those who responded to the poll were not a random sample of the population of the United States. Well, that's what we just concluded, right? So those who respond to the poll is not a good sample to represent the whole population, right? We did not do a random sample out of everybody in the country, right? Just those who responded to this poll here. Okay, so that should be our answer. All right, C says there were not 50% yes and 50% no. Okay, no, that doesn't make sense. D says the show did not allow viewer enough time to respond. Here, they didn't mention anything about the timing. So there's no way to know that. And again, that's not the biggest issue here. Right. Okay. So yeah, so for 23, our best answer is letter B.